All right. Good morning, you guys. Happy Sunday. Welcome to this is is this the second Sunday? Yeah, the second Sunday of September. Don't worry, Rochelle, they're not getting a better version of me over here either. I don't even know what day it is, so it's fine. Okay, y'all, let's just do this. So this is what we mean when we say show up. Okay, no matter what's going on in life, you just show up. So you guys, I don't know if you already have your stuff printed out. So whether you are using your playbook, or I know Em posted something in her in the Lionhearted page as well. So there is a planner of some sort. If you are using that, have that printed off. If you are using just your regular planner, great. If you are using a piece of paper, great. If you're using sticky notes, great. If you're using note cards, great. I don't know how many I got to go through, but whatever you're using, that's great. Okay, so just take whatever Rochelle and I are going to say when we're talking about planning and apply it for you. If you haven't found a style that works for you, keep trying, you guys, right? That's the thing. It's trial and error. Okay, trial and error. You're going to find what works for you. You're going to find what doesn't. When the playbook came into play, I kind of started using just the playbook so I could get to know the playbook before I brought my planner back into play. Right. So you're going to just have to figure out what works for you and then run with it. Okay. So I'll read the chat after you guys. My vision's not that great this morning, so I can't do both at the same time. Concentrate and read the chat. Okay. So, first of all, have your pain points out as well. So your pain points, your fives, have your goals out. You guys, these are things I want you to start looking over before you hop onto this Zoom. So getting your goals out, knowing what you're working for this month, knowing what that bonus means for you, knowing what kind of content you want to put out from your pain points, from your fives, that sort of thing, kind of knowing your strategy, right? Of how you want to post. Some people are posting once a day. Some people are posting once every couple days. Some people are posting twice a day. Some people are posting 3 times a day, right? Everybody has their own strategy. Everybody has their own thing. So don't compare yourself to somebody else. If you're not like, if you're like, yes, I'm going to do once a day. And then you see so-and-so posting 2 times a day or 3 times a day. And then all of a sudden they hit a bonus and you're like, well, wait a minute, I should have been doing 2 to 3 times. No, right? Stay in your own lane. Your bonus is meant for you and it's coming to you, but you got to work for it in your own way. Okay. So don't compare yourself to what somebody else is doing, because you just can't, right? Some of us do this full time. Some of us do this part-time. Some of us are doing it just for a little bit of extra money. Some of us are doing this for full-time money, right? Some of us are grocery money. Some of us are mortgage money. So don't compare yourself, because you just don't know. Rochelle, if you ever want to chime in, just unmute and chime in.
Don't worry, I will.
Okay. I thought you were like over there wanting to.
No. I do want to ask though, I feel like I see new faces on here. So is everybody familiar, and can you just drop this in the chat? Is everybody familiar with what pain points are, and are you clear on what yours are? Like, have you written down what your pain points are, or put them in the notes section of your phone, or put them somewhere where you know where to find them and you can see them and you know what they are? Okay, see, so we do have some new people, Christina. So do we want to touch really quick on just kind of what pain points are? You want me to take it away? Okay. All right. So guys, the thing with pain points is I don't want to be just another influencer on social media, right? Like, I don't want to just be another one of those like super like hallmarky accounts. And so the thing behind pain points is it's your story, right? When it's a way for you to create compelling content. So they are things that you have been through, right? Like you've overcome, you've struggled through, things that you've experienced, or things that you're currently going through. Okay. So a pain point does not have to be something that you've already overcome. And I think that's a big disconnect for a lot of people. They don't realize that. So basically the idea behind pain points is you want to have your customer pain points and you want to have your promoter pain points. Are pain points your niche? No. So pain points are specific, like I said, things, times that you've been through. So let me name some of my promoter pain points, okay? Because you have a customer pain point list and you have promoter. So like these are essentially like we're paid problem solvers and storytellers, right? Like your content, if you want to create compelling content, you want to tell your story. So customer pain points for me, okay? Let me just name some of these. the fact that I was a maybe later mom because I didn't have energy. I was unmotivated. I had vitamin deficiencies. I was eating unhealthy breakfasts. I planned my days around naps. I was spending a ton of time and money in the like Dunkin' Donuts line. And then promoter pain points, you guys. Again, things that I've been through. So denied PTO requests. We lived paycheck to paycheck. We played Russian roulette with our bills. We were financially very reliant on family. And so like, I remember times where my family had to transfer us money to go get groceries to put food on the table when my daughter was a baby, or transfer us money to pay our electricity bill so that it didn't get turned off. I remember times where I would go around my house, I would find coins and I would go to Coinstar, cash it in, and whatever Coinstar gave me, that is what we would put in my husband's gas tank to get him through the rest of the work week, right? So these are very specific, like I said, things that I've been through, stories that I can tell. And the point behind them is when someone comes across your content and they're reading it, you want them to be able to like really put themselves into your story, right? So if I'm talking about that Coinstar story, maybe somebody's going to come across it who is literally there right now. And so it catches their attention. They're able to put themselves into my story. And they're like, she's talking about this in past tense. That means like she's gone through it. Let me start paying attention to like what she did to get past that, right? To get to a place where she is today. So now they're going to start paying attention to what I'm doing to thrive. They're going to start asking questions. Does that make sense? So it's problems essentially that you can, or not problems. They are things that you've been through or are going through that either the products solved or are going to solve, or the business has solved or is going to solve. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, so like I said, you want to have 2 lists, and you can do this when we set the timer or when we get off of here, but really dig deep into your story, because that's what it comes down to, you guys, is telling your story. Dig deep, think back to very specific moments and very specific times in your life, and just kind of like brain dump all of that into those 2 separate lists. So as we're going through this planning and batching Zoom, we Limitless as a team, Lionhearted, we've gotten very we really have been focusing in on pain points when it comes to creating story content, feed content. And I can speak for myself, but I think pretty much across the board, this has really helped everybody when it comes to creating content and to really like finding the right people and telling their story. So as we're going through this, you're going to pull, like when we say like, what are you going to talk about this day? You're going to look at your pain points and you're going to pick one, and that's going to be the story that you tell that day. Okay. And if you guys have any questions about any of this, drop it in the chat. I'm going to pass it back to Christina, but I will answer questions in just a little bit.
Oh yes, I'm here. Yes. So you guys, those are your pain points. And then also don't forget when we're planning, Rochelle, reminded me to not forget your lifestyle post, right? The bonuses just got announced. We're all really excited. We're all like gung ho. You want to build, you want to get that first bonus. You're going to start seeing people earning those bonuses. So it's going to get really easy to just be like, I just got to post about Thrive. I just got to post about Thrive. But like Rochelle said, even those lifestyle posts is what brings in a lot of your, potentials, right? So she shared that on last week's Zoom, where she's now sharing about books and her Colleen Hoover books and all of that. And she's getting potentials from that. So her lifestyle posts are bringing in those potentials. So make sure that you're staying relatable. So when we're doing our planning for the week, don't just plan what pain points you're going to talk about. Also plan what days you're going to put some just lifestyle posts out. So if you're only posting once a day, make sure that you are getting a good amount of lifestyle posts out there as well. If you're posting twice a day, decide what your flow is going to be. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to set the timer right now, you guys, for about 5-ish minutes. And keep in mind, we can go a little bit longer. Rochelle and I decided that the planning part does need a little bit longer. That's what you guys had mentioned last week for us too. So that's why we're trying to start right at 10 a.m. And really dive in. And then the batching will kind of be the end part. So as long as we feel good enough to go into the batching part, then we'll set some timers. That's more just like we kind of said, like more accountability, just kind of getting our thoughts on paper. But the planning part seems to be really big for a lot of y'all. And we want to make sure that we are helping you plan for these weeks, especially with the bonuses and everything. So I'm going to go ahead ahead and mute myself, and I want you to keep in mind a couple things when you're looking at your planner or your piece of paper or your sticky notes or your note cards or whatever you are using. Nothing is wrong. Okay. There is no wrong way to planning. The only way it is wrong is if you plan and you don't use it, right? That's wrong. But if you're doing it and you're using it, then keep going, right? So I want you to look at your pain points. What do you want to talk about? Look at your fives list too, right? Kind of bring those two together, the pain points and your fives. Figure out what you want to talk about each day, right? So pick a pain point that you want to talk about each day. Maybe you're going to focus on a pain point for the week. Kind of decide that. Look at your calendar and see what you want to do. I also want you to look at what your goals are for this week, right? Do you have a goal that you want for trial packs? Do you have a goal for how many reels you want to put out? Maybe, Sam said this in her work with me last week. Some of y'all aren't even doing reels. Some of y'all aren't even doing reels. I don't know who I'm talking to. Maybe I'm talking to nobody but a replayer, but some of y'all aren't doing reels, you guys. And the industry of the social media is shifting, right? It's shifting into video content. So shift with it. It might be uncomfortable. It might be scary, but get out of your comfort zone and step up your reel. So if you've only been posting one reel a day, then or one reel a week, then maybe it's time to go ahead and step it up a little bit, right? This is growth season. And this is something I said to Rochelle, you guys, and I want to say it to you too, because Rochelle and I were talking and I said, I'm going for a certain amount in bonuses, right? But at the end of that time, whether the bonuses are there or not, I mean, I'm pretty much like the bonuses are mine, but if they aren't, I am building the momentum that my business needs in these next 90 days. That is going to be my biggest year in 2023, right? So I am becoming that person I need to become in this time. Some of y'all need to just do that too. You need to just start doing those little step ups every single week, baby little bits. And then at the end of the 90 days, you're not even going to recognize yourself, right? Every week, just make one little adjustment to make you a little bit more uncomfortable, to do a little bit more for your business. And you'll just keep seeing the compound effect, right? We talk about that. It's a good book. If you haven't read it, go read it. So pain points, what you want to talk about, keeping your lifestyle, what your goals are. So I'm going to go ahead and mute myself and then we'll circle back for more stuff in our plan.
I saw a question I'm going to answer really quick. Also, Ashley, if the shoe fits, no, I'm just kidding. I saw a question about, are pain points the same as your product fives? No, they're different. So they're two separate lists, but I want you to look at your product fives or your fives list as an onion. Okay. So let's just say weekly pay, right? That's one of my product or comp plan fives, weekly pay. So weekly pay is my five. And then my pain points, again, we're going to look at it as an onion. My pain points are the different layers that we're peeling back to that onion. So I can say, like, I can take weekly pay, and then the layers to that would be like low military pay. I had to work multiple jobs, like reliant on family, Russian roulette, right? Like those are all stories and reasons why weekly pay has helped or is going to help me. So that's how you want to look at the two separate lists. Christine, I'm just going to share a little tip with everybody. When I'm doing this, you guys, when I'm choosing my pain points for the week, I pull up my calendar in my phone or your planner, whatever. I pull it up. I look at the dates. I look at what I have going on in my personal life this upcoming week. And I see if there's anything going on that would give me the opportunity to talk about a pain point. Like, will a pain point fit into what is happening this week? So just as an example, I have my in-laws flying in this week, and immediately I'm like, oh my gosh, I can talk about my PTO like that I used to have, because I used to never have PTO when I worked my corporate job. So anytime family would fly in to see us, I was unable to take Monday through Friday off and be with them. I was working during the day. So even though they were here, to me, like, they weren't really here, right? Like, I didn't get to spend quality time with them. So for me, one of these days this week, when my in-laws fly in, I'm going to use that as an opportunity to talk about that. And I already know, like, they're going to be here. So I'm going to take a photo of them with my children or with all of us. And that is going to be my post for the day. So as you're going through these two, like I said, be looking at what you have going on. Can you fit a pain point into like what's actually going on? And then be thinking of like photos that you can take. And I always, like I said, so I know I'm going to take a photo of my in-laws. So I jot that down on that day that I'm talking about that. That's like one of my to-dos is like, take that photo. So I just wanted to share that little tip with you guys.
All right, how we feeling, you guys? How we feeling for our week? How we feeling with our planning, with our goals? What we're gonna do now, you guys, is I want you to look also, I'm gonna mute myself again, and we're going to just continue to plan the rest of our week. So I'm gonna put up some background work too. You guys should already have this in your playbook. But if you don't have a playbook, I post this every week, so you can go ahead and take some from it. You can put it into your notes. I'm grabbing it right now. But this is a lot of the background work, you guys. So we always say this, you can mimic whoever, right? We always say, try to find somebody, maybe a leader who's where you are, or maybe they're at the place where you want to be. With their habits, like maybe you see them in their stories, just naturally posting, they're posting more times and you're like, wow, I need to be able to do that. So we say, grab somebody and mimic what they're doing. So if they're, saying something lifestyle, you go on, talk about lifestyle something. If they're posting about the products, you post about the products. If they're posting about the business, you post about the business, and it'll naturally help you start to build that where it's like, okay, I'm keeping up, especially if you're somebody that doesn't post much about the business side and you're trying to get a little bit more uncomfortable. That's perfect to follow somebody who's a little bit more confident in the business and talks about it, because you can hear them talking about it. Boop, go in your stories, go face to face, and you talk about it. But the thing is, y'all, you will not produce the same results as that person if you're not doing the IPAs in the background work. Okay. That is so huge. So if you're ever like, well, I'm doing what she's doing, I'm posting and I'm in my stories and I'm doing all the things, you're doing the face front stuff, and that's great. But it's the behind the scenes that really builds the roots of your business. Okay. And for your business to sprout and for you to get all the success that you want, you have to have the root system, right? If you don't have the roots, plants can't grow. They can't stay hydrated. They can't stay above ground, right? Just a little analogy for y'all this morning, because I'm just so good. So I'm going to post the behind the scenes stuff for you. And when it says a leader, you guys keep in mind, if you even have a team of one, you're a leader, right? So as a leader, checking in with your downline, planning team incentives if you want to do any. So that could be, like if you have a couple people on your downline and you want to do like a, hey, let's, like any type of team incentive, maybe you're sending them a sample pack, right? Because you can actually transfer sample packs to your promoters. Maybe you want to do like, hey, I'm offering $10 in credits for any of your new customers that you sign 100 or more. Something like that. If you have credits and you want to start building that momentum in your team, there's different things. Check with your upline, your 80K and above, 40K, 80K. And if you're like, well, I do have a 4K team and I would really like to start offering incentives, but this is all I have to work with. What would you suggest? Right? Because it could even be as simple as maybe you have some plus line products and you could say anybody who enrolls a customer promoter, you're going to send them a little goodie bag, and, maybe they haven't tried Blast yet or Activate and you have it in your cupboard. Right? So those types of things. You can do anything super simple, you guys. Schedule any one-on-one Zooms. You should already have that done since we're going into the second week. If you do those types of things, Zoom with your upline. When's the last time you went and had a one-on-one with your upline? You guys don't forget to do those. I'm 4 years in, I still do them. Create fresh story content. That honestly should be for everybody, you guys, whether you are a leader or you're not. I got to flip where that is. But creating that story content, Rochelle always says that a lot of your posts and these pain points that you're putting out, take them and convert them into a story content. Right? So just go right into Canva or go right into Instagram. You already probably have them written in your notes, and just copy them onto a photo. Maybe, shorten them up if you need to, but put them into story content. So you should have, if you posted from your pain points last week, and let's say you posted 5 days, you have 5 days of story content you could go grab. So everybody should be having fresh story content all the time, right? Because we're constantly producing content for our audience. Or scroll back 2 weeks, 3 weeks, go grab some past stuff, make it into story content. Love notes for your team. Those are great, you guys. Just even little thank you cards, you can send them texts. And then the weekly background, your follow-up with your potentials. You guys, one thing that I have done, I was telling Rochelle about it too. One thing that I have done is I printed off a potentials list which is now just my customers. So all of my actual customers who have ordered from me, anything like that, they are all written down. Why? Because your customers are always your potentials, right? You want them to be reordering every single month. You want to still be the friend that you were in the beginning when you were doing 3-2-1s and checking in on their life and celebrating their wins on their news feed or their stories. So make sure that you are continuing to do that. So you can check in. I don't do follow-ups all in one day. So I'm not a follow-up Friday type of person. I'm a follow-up every single day. I pick a few people. Plus I've got people at different times, right? Somebody's getting their sample pack tomorrow. I'm going to follow up with them tomorrow in the next couple days, right? I'm not going to wait until Friday to follow up with them. So I think sometimes we can get so focused that follow-ups have to be on Friday or one day specific. No, follow up every single day. Take a few people when you're doing your interactions, right? Take a few people off of your potentials list and go do 3-2-1s, or off of your old customer list and go do 3-2-1s, or, just send them a little note. Hey, thinking of you type of thing, checking in with your existing customers for your auto ships and everything like that too. Posting about trial packs. So when I mute myself, you guys decide, when are you going to talk about trial packs? You can't get trial packs into people's hands if you're not talking about them. Do a story about trial packs, do a post about trial packs, go live about trial packs, do a reel and TikTok about trial packs, right? There are so many ways to do trial packs, you guys. So make sure that you're utilizing them, because I promise you, those people turn into customers and promoters. I have a girl who trial packed back in May. Just now we're customizing her pack, right? So just because they don't order right away doesn't mean that they're not coming, and they will come. I promise you. So check in with your upline, mail customer thank you cards. You guys have systems on that. So if somebody orders from you, maybe it's a new customer, what does your system look like? So now all my new customers get a little plus line goodie bag. So guess what I did the other day when I was having some downtime, put on a podcast, I filled customer goodie bags. So this way, once I get a new customer, I literally just go grab the goodie bag. It already has my cards, my little thank you card, how to do the 3 steps, so in case they're doing a 3-step, they have that right on the back. And then I can just write my little thank you card and get it right out in the mail right away. So you know what I'm saying? I'm getting myself prepped and ready. So those
Can I add something to that, Christina? If you guys don't have, maybe you don't have plus line items on hand to do little goodie bags like she does. Okay. I do have them, but I'm a little more simpler than that. So I went on Canva, you guys, and I created this little thank you card for it says, thank you so much for your order. Your support means everything to our family. Then it has my telephone number, and then it has PS. If you have anyone interested in trying Thrive, I'd love to send them a free sample and help them thrive for free. Okay, so I've got these. I made them on Canva for free. And then I went on Vistaprint and I printed, I think I got like 50 maybe. And I want to say I paid maybe just over, it was like $20 or $30, very inexpensive. And then the second I have a new customer, enroll, I just put it in one of the envelopes, stick a stamp on it, and it goes in my mailbox. So I just wanted to throw that out there for people who maybe don't have a stockpile of plus line items. You can do something as simple as this. And I will tell you, the customers who have been receiving these love them. Like, I didn't realize how much they would appreciate them, but they think they're the cutest thing. They love them. They're so appreciative of them. So that's a super simple and very inexpensive way to do something like that as well.
Yes, I love that. I also printed out cards like that too. So I have multiple different cards that go out for multiple different reasons. I have like all these cards. So yeah, if you don't have any plus line items, that's okay. If you do get your product credits, you guys, and you can spare, a little bit extra, buy just 1 box of Activate. So you can just send 1 little Activate, or maybe buy a box of Blast and send some Blast, right? It doesn't have to be multiple plus line items. It doesn't have to be any plus line items, right? So personally too, like I like to do, I have a lot of people when my customers, when they're joining, they're like, oh my gosh, I really want to try salted caramel, or I really want to try candy cane, but I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. So I say to them, don't worry, I'm going to stick one packet and send it out to you. So we can always add that to your next one. So then they're going with the basics, vanilla or chocolate or strawberry that they know they'll like. And then I'm sending them one of those. So it may be if you have multiple shake flavors and you can spare one shake flavor just to like have them try it. That's a great idea too, you guys. So another thing which I think is really cute, if you're like, well, I'd like to send like a little something with it. I'm personally someone I get little thank you cards that have stickers in it so that I can put the stickers somewhere. Maybe if you know that they have kids, the kids will probably like the stickers. You can get stickers on Amazon. You can get packs of stickers for like $10 and you can get like hundreds of stickers. So you could even do that. And like Rochelle said, get a little card or write a little thank you card, couple stickers in there and send it along on its way, right? Cute stuff.
I did that for my promoters recently, and I'm going to spoil this for some people who haven't gotten them yet, but I went on, I have girls. Hey guys, sorry guys, my kids they're wild in this morning.
They got their drive working over there.
Oh my gosh, they got something working. But I went on and I had a bunch of little stickers made. I have so many, but I'm just going to show you guys some of them. Okay. So cute little like vibing and thriving stickers, like all kinds of different, I have all kinds of different ones in here. And for me, this is part of my background work when it comes to loving on my team. So I've been trying to do it like once a week. I'll go in and I'll pick a couple people and for me, like, it doesn't matter if you're enrolling people or not. Like maybe you've been here 6 months and you don't even have a customer, or you have one customer, whatever, you missed your VIPs. That doesn't matter to me. If I see you on these Zooms, if I see you in your stories, if I see you posting and showing up, like I have little thank you cards that I also bought, and I just write a handwritten note telling them like, hey, I see you. I appreciate you. You're killing it. Like XYZ. I throw a couple stickers in there and I put it in the mail. Again, just a super inexpensive way to show your team appreciation. And just like Christina said, whether you have one person on your team or not, like, and I always say this too, start with that one person, build these habits when you have one person on your team, when you have one customer, because it's going to be a lot easier to keep that going as your team and your customers like grow and build than it is if you wait until you're like me. Okay. I waited until I was an $80,000 like monthly sales team to start doing things like this. And now I'm like having to backtrack. Like I've had a lot of customers who have fallen off because I wasn't taking care of them when I should have been. Okay. And I know we're kind of like getting off track here, but I love these like tips that everyone's getting today. So
no, this is why Rochelle and I kind of said that the batching part of it may be just 3 minutes. And I know that you guys want a little bit more of the batching, but I think a lot of you guys, honestly, it is the planning part and this type of stuff that we need to be a little bit more meat and potatoes with. And then the batching is more just a little accountability. And you can always come back and redo the replay and go back to the batching part and continue to batch your stuff, right? Or go to last week's batching, just scroll to the batching part and use that timer to help you if you need help in the batching part. So when I mute myself, we're going to put in our work with me's. So whatever work with me's, whatever Zooms you want to get on this week, catch any missed trainings, get photo inspo, scroll reel sounds. When are you going to do that? I like to do that on Sundays, you guys, because I batch a lot on Mondays and Tuesdays. Get your photos ready. I like to go through my photos. I've said this before. When I'm out and about in life or taking photos, I don't go and just put them right into like Teza or Lightroom or anything like that. So sometimes I also like to scroll my photos and just reminisce and relive in the memories. And I will see a lot of photos that I can filter. So while I'm doing that, I have an iPhone. I will just click. I have a folder that's called Filter Me. So when I need a photo to go on a cover reel or to go in my, a photo for whatever my content is, I go to the Filter Me photo album and I grab from there. And then I get stuff, right? So I bet you any money, you guys, you probably went to the zoo with your kids like 6 months ago, and you have so many photos that you never even posted that you can circle back and post. Some of y'all think you don't have content, but you have content in your phone and pictures in your phone that have never seen the daylight, right? So I really suggest at one point today or tomorrow to kind of scroll through, go through your selfies. I know on iPhone, you have a folder called selfies. I go through there there and I'm like, dang, that was a good selfie. Okay, I'm gonna put some filter on that, right? So go ahead and look at those types of things too. So I'm gonna mute myself. Go ahead and try to piece these things into your week. If you're like me, what I like to do is every night I take my to-do list. So I have my to-do list wherever it is. I got a lot of crap going on over here. I take my to-do list and I write out what my stories are going to look like because I'm pulling from my piece of paper. I have everything kind of brain dumped. Like I want to talk about this. I need to take them through that, or my personal life is this, or I'm going to talk about, oh, I got a package coming from Express. So I'm going to try on that top with my whatever, or I got a dress for a wedding that everybody voted on. So guess what? I'm going to do a try on haul because that's coming tomorrow. Right. So I write all these things down. And then the night before I take my to-do list and I clean everything up. So I decide what my stories are going to look like, what my posts are going to look like, and I decide what background work I'm going to do. So I have all of these written on a note card, you guys, and that note card, then every week I just pick a few every single day. So at the end of the week, I've completed the note card. Does that make sense? So I don't know, just some tips and tricks, but I'm going to go ahead and mute myself and then we will go ahead and just kind of wrap up the rest of our week. And then we will go ahead and go into batching. Okay, while you guys are doing that, I'm going to just answer the questions because I couldn't see them while I was going through the list. So do you send it once they become a customer? As soon as they become a customer and only once? Yes. So for me personally, as soon as they become a customer, I send it out just so that I don't have to, think about it. Some people might do it weekly. Some people might do it like all at the beginning of the month. They're sending it out for everybody last month. You'll find what works for you. And they get, like, for me personally, as they become an auto ship customer, then things change. So once they're like the first time customer, they get like a thank you so much. Like, I'm so excited to thrive with you, that sort of thing. And then I kind of tweak it as we go. So you can make your thank you cards super generic. I have a thank you card that I made, says similar to Rochelle's, says the thank you, says, I can help you thrive for free. Let me know. I explained the referral program for them on there. And then on the back, I made mine so they're like note card or postcard-ish. So on the back, I can write their name and just like an actual personalized thing to them as well. So you can do that too. Oh, that's cute. Send Jolly Ranchers, you guys candy right now. You could send like suckers, things like that, whatever you want to do. So you can think outside the box for sure. Rochelle, where did you get those stickers from? There was a question in the.
I mean, you can get them on Etsy, but I actually had people that like I know make them for me. But Etsy has them, and I think I saw Ashley share that. Etsy has really cute ones.
Sam, we got a lot of, don't worry. She called me out the other day too, Sam, about my lifestyle. So how are your lifestyle posts going? So basically you're telling me I don't have a lifestyle post. I'm just kidding. It's good, you guys. That is the awareness. Having your sideline sisters or these types of things just help you become aware, right? And that is the only way you're going to find the growth that you want, is being aware. So I actually love it. So sample customers, you guys, you can do the same thing. You can send them a little thank you for sampling with you if you want, just like a little thank you card. That's completely up to you how you want to do it. I personally, with my samples, I keep those very simple via text message. And then once they become a customer and so on, I go from there. So I do thank them. They know I'm excited to thrive with them.
Lifestyle posts are things that are not related to Thrive. So it's not a product post. It's not a business posts. It's literally like a lifestyle post are my books that I'm sharing, right? When I'm talking about like reading them and all of that. They're posts of my kids, things about them, things that are going on in our life. Literally just things, pull from your branding fives. Those are going to be your lifestyle posts. They are in no way related. You're not talking about, you're not sharing about your products or your business. Those are going to be your lifestyle posts. Yes, your branding fives. So those are kind of like your niche. When you asked earlier about your niche, your branding fives are, they're what make you, you.
So a lifestyle post, you guys, like, let's say you have kids and it can be like them going to school and their first day of school posts, right? Or maybe they're in a, like a extracurricular activity, like a sport or something like that. It could be that. Maybe you don't have kids. It could be your dog, like I'm just saying because that's mine. It can be your dog. It can be you, like maybe with your family, with your spouse, going on a date tonight. It could be, let's say you're into fashion or you're into hair. Like you could honestly take a selfie and be like, styled my hair like a professional today, loving these curls, right? Whatever. And then people might ask you, oh, what products? Or maybe you tried a new like hair product or a new curling iron, be like, this curling iron is bomb, have Beyonce style hair. I don't know, whatever it is, right? Like those types of things. I think a lot of times we can get really caught up in our head too. Those of you who don't have kids, thinking that like, oh, well, how am I supposed to post like lifestyle? I don't have kids. I don't have like, I'm not a mom. I don't have those types of things to post on there. There's a lot of people out there, y'all, that don't have kids too. So like, who are you without your kids? Like maybe it's even just posting like, a picture of a room and saying like, I like to do this on Facebook. Like I posted my, mantle with my little things. And I said, thinking of painting these black and gold. What do you think? And I got a lot of opinions from people, right? And I had people in my inbox that were asking me things. Maybe you have like need some fall inspo. So you could put a picture up and say, I'm thinking of this for my fall inspo. What's your fall decor look like? Drop it so I can get some inspiration. So many people have already put up fall, whatever. Recipes are good ones too. If you're on the gram, you know what I mean? You can literally think outside the box, you guys. Go follow people that you like that have nothing to do with network marketing and look at what they're posting about too. And you might say like, oh my gosh, I love that post. I want to post something similar. Maybe some of y'all want to be so inspiring and want to be Pinterest. Well, guess what? There's a day that you can go ahead and maybe talk about whatever you read in your personal development book. Right? Maybe it was about mindset. I'm personally reading something called The Secret of the Millionaire Mind. It is freaking amazing, you guys. Honestly, I cannot put it down. I like literally ran home from my sister's yesterday, so excited to read this at night, which normally that does not happen to me. So it's called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. So there are a lot of like tips and tricks that are little tips, that one-liners or zingers that I want to talk about, and has nothing to do with like my Thrive or anything like that. It's like just to level you, right? So different things like that.
Basically, they're things that like before you found Thrive, before you became a part of this business, they're what you were already sharing on social media, like those kinds of things.
And we'll wrap it up, you guys, and then we'll take like the last, we'll kind of wrap up these next like minute, and then we'll just start batching from there, and we'll batch until 11:30. How does that sound for everybody?
So we'll do what is it? We'll do 3 minutes, I think, today, since we ran a little over. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, let's just do 3 minutes, and whatever we get through, you guys, we get through. So this way we're not keeping you too long. But I think let us know how you like planning a little bit more. We planned a little bit deeper. We went a little bit more into things. We gave you guys a little bit more time with your planner. So let us know how you feel about that, because like Rochelle has said before, the batching part is just setting those timers and holding yourself accountable, right? So, once you hop off here, you can do that a little bit later. Like I said, I'll post the replay as soon as it's ready. You can always circle back to that part. So we're going to go ahead and set timers now and batch for our week.
Perfect. Okay. And I know we do have new people on here. So really quick, I'm just going to share with you guys how I batch So I go to the notes section in my phone, you guys, and every month I have a new folder for that month. So I'm in September, and then within September, I go into and I create little subfolders for that upcoming week, which is where I put every single one of these captions that I'm about to batch. So when we're batching, we're going to set a timer for 3 minutes. You already have your pain points that you should have put down that you're going to talk about for the week. So we're going to start with Monday. And so Monday, I'm going to talk about how we used to move like every year when our lease was up. We used to move. We've lived in so many houses, it's ridiculous. But it was because like we'd have to find some place that had like a little bit lower rent because we couldn't afford the place that we were in. So I'm going to tell that story. That's what I'm going to talk about. And so for 3 minutes, you're going to free write. So think about high school, you got essay topics and you free wrote off of those, like you built an essay off of that topic sentence, right? That's essentially what this is, but you're telling that story from that pain point. And then I save it into that folder so that throughout the week, I know, okay, today, this is the post that I'm posting today. I know exactly where to go within that folder. All I have to do is copy and paste. Okay. So I'm going to set a timer for 3 minutes. We're going to do Monday. And as always, you guys, for accountability, drop what your pain point is into the chat as we go through these. Okay, so blow up the chat right now with Monday's topic. And I'm going to mute myself, set the timer, and I'll be back when that timer is up. All right, there's the timer on that first one. And because we kind of ran over today, well, we always do this anyway, but we only do 5, you guys. You should have 7 posts. It's okay, Christina. You should have 7 posts throughout the week, but we only do 5 when we're doing these timers. And also for my lifestyle posts, those are ones that I'm trying to do, because it's bonus season, I'm trying to do 1 Thrive post a day, 1 lifestyle post a day. So 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. My lifestyle posts are things that kind of come like in the spur of the moment, like from my heart, that sort of thing. So I don't necessarily batch those. I might put down different ideas. Like maybe I know I'm starting a new book, so I know I'm going to post about that one day. Maybe I know that I'm decorating my mantle, so I'm going to share about that one day. But other than that, those are things that I don't necessarily we don't batch on here. Okay, those you kind of do on your own time. So let's move on to Tuesday. Again, go ahead and drop your pain point, and I'm going to set the timer. All right, you guys, moving on to Wednesday. Moving on to Wednesday. All right, the timer's about to go off there, so go ahead and start wrapping that one up. Also, I just want to say, guys, I'm so proud of you for staying on at the end. This part at the end, these timers, they're strictly for accountability. And we always notice that a lot of people get off at the end. And we always say, like, planning and batching, they go hand in hand. Like, you can plan, but if you don't pre-batch your content, like, are you actually going to do that throughout the week? And so this is strictly for accountability. And I'm always so proud of those of you who stay on and actually hold yourself accountable to getting this stuff done. So we have 2 more left. So we're going to go on to Thursday, and then we'll do Friday and we will hop off. So I'm going to set the timer. Go ahead and put your Thursday pain points in. All right, you guys, these are the last 3 minutes for our 5th post. Chelsea, these are going to be for any and all of the above. So we take these and we can turn them into like reels. We can use them for like IGTVs. We can use them for lives, for like product stories, opportunity stories, stuff like that. So what I do is I pick my pain points and then I go through and I'm like, okay, I know that I want to post 2 to 3 reels a week. Which one can I turn into a reel? And I'll go through and I'll pick it out. And then as part of my background work one day, it's like I'm going to batch some reels. So I'm going to create reels that go hand in hand with those. So that's for all of the above. TikTok, all of it. 2 birds, 1 stone. You are very welcome. Okay, there's our timer. We've done all 5. I know we went a little bit over. Christina, I don't know if you have anything that you want to add. If anyone has any questions, drop them now. Because like I said, I know we had a lot of new faces on here. So I'm okay if Christina's okay with answering questions that we have here at the end. Otherwise, if you don't have any, feel free to go ahead and hop off. Christina, do you have anything that you want to add?
Yeah, I just want to add, you guys, let's say that you are new to TikTok, like Rochelle was just saying, you can go back to past reels and pull the watermark off and start today. Start today by posting on your TikTok. Maybe you weren't as consistent with your TikTok. Hi, hello, I'm talking to me. So last week I wasn't as consistent with my TikTok, but I was consistent with my Instagram. So guess what? I'm going to go and start using the reels that I did last week and put them over to TikTok. Now, I also did some TikTok reels that never made it to Facebook or to Instagram or Facebook, if we're being real. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those over too. So don't be afraid to like look back into past things. If you're like, well, I want to start now and not like, I can't batch till Tuesday. Okay, well, go to past things and start using those until you can batch Tuesday and start getting your feet, hit the ground running from there. So
and I want to share, I know that some other leaders have shared this as well, but I've definitely noticed this in my own content. So I'm going to share it with you guys. I don't know what's going on with Instagram Reels, and maybe this is just me. I don't know, but lately, my Instagram Reels, even when I'm using trending sounds, they don't get shit for anything. Like, I don't think anybody sees them. So what I've been doing is I have been batching my reels on TikTok. So again, 2 birds, 1 stone. I'm creating TikToks, obviously posting them to TikTok. But then I'm removing the watermarks, which I shared the links in there. You guys, if you go to Google, it's literally just like a website, essentially. If you're taking it from TikTok and removing the TikTok watermark, it's the snaptik.app. If you need to remove the Instagram one, it's snapinsta.app. When I create them on TikTok, I remove the watermark. I put them on Instagram. It puts me as the original creator of that audio. And I don't know if that has to do with this or what, but I get so much more when I do it that way versus when I'm creating it right on Instagram Reels. So if you feel like your views and your like everything has been low, maybe try doing that. Take it from TikTok, bring it over to Instagram, see how it does for you. For me personally, it's been doing a whole heck of a lot better.
I love that. Anybody else have any questions too, you guys? Another thing that Rochelle and I will say always, like we say, find that person that you're trying to mimic so that you can kind of keep up with them. But also, you guys, mute everybody else. If your feed is full of thrivers, I want you to do a big muting session, right? We're not going to take offense to it. Nobody will take offense to it. The thing is, right now you are in bonus season, and every day or every time you're on your feed or you're doing your interactions, that time matters, right? Not that it doesn't before, but right now we're in kind of like a crunch zone, crunch timing. So making sure that what I call it is my feeds are ready for bonus season. So what does that mean is that when I pop in, my first bubbles are not all thrivers, right? It's the couple people that I like that I'm keeping up with, and then it's all new potentials, right? So those types of things. So when I'm in my content or I'm in my stories and I'm doing interactions, I'm not having to then swipe because that's another thriver, swipe because that's another thriver. Or, sometimes I'll be like, click, 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 click. Oh my gosh, they're actually a thriver. But like it took me, that's 5 slides of somebody else that isn't a thriver that I could be spending that time with. So you guys make sure that you're being aware of that too. It's so great to do like post love and support each other and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, go make friends, right? Go build those relationships. Rochelle said this to me. Sam has said this before, but Rochelle said to me, the quality of your followers matters, you guys. So go build followings, go like have your focused IPAs. You guys, we didn't touch on that, but your focused IPA right now is definitely building your network and getting those quality, right? It's not quantity, you guys, it's quality people following you, quality relationships that you are building, quality of the 3-2-1s, quality of where you're finding these people. Don't just go on some mass adding spree thinking, I got to get more people to view my stuff. No, find the quality ones that are going to look at it, because that stuff matters. Rochelle, my networks are different across all platforms. Absolutely, you guys. I know we say repurpose a lot of stuff on each platform, but it's like kids, right? We have TikTok is one kid, Instagram, and we have Facebook. You love your kids all the same, and they might eat all the same dinner, but there might be a little bit different for each one. That one likes ketchup. That one, you can't put salt on it. And that one, whatever, right? I mean, I'm like that too. My mom knows I'm like, she can't do certain things for me than she can with my sisters. So treat your stuff that way too, right? I know that on Facebook, for example, I'm not heavy in my story interactions because people don't ever respond to me over there. Like I can go and be on story interaction. I just don't think they check their messenger. I don't know if they know that it actually goes there and I'm trying to respond. I don't know what goes on over on Facebook, but I do know that if I go live over on Facebook, I might not get the highest views. I get the most people in my inboxes, y'all. And I just want to share that for you. I've been starting to pick up my lives, not crazy, but pick them up. I have more people coming from Facebook. Oh my gosh, I saw your live. Guess what my views are on some of my lives? 35. Right? Y'all, but I know when I go live on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? So get to know your networks. I love that you said that. So I don't have anything else.
I'm just seeing, sorry, we just
Yeah.
have questions coming in. So I'm like,
Hey, listen,
I got all day.
2 hours. So it's
If you
good.
don't need this hop off, we won't be offended.
No, I got nowhere to go.
I see a question about, and I've seen this a couple times in here today, how obviously like our pain points kind of stay the same. Pain points, the thing with your pain points list is it's a running list. It's never going to get smaller because those things are like, that's your story, that's your past. There are things you've been through that's never going to change. It's going to get bigger because you're going to go through more like trials and tribulations and seasons and stuff. But I've seen this question come in. So how do you feel so you guys feel repetitive, right? You're talking about the same pain points, the same things day in, like week in and week out. So for me, and I heard this on a podcast a long time ago, so take it however you will. But for me, I heard find your story. You're going to tell basically like the same 3 stories. You're just going to find 1,000 different ways to tell that story. And when I heard that, it like clicked for me. So the same thing goes for like when I'm showing my capsules every single morning in my stories, I got so sick and tired of just saying like, wake me up, energy all day. You know what I mean? Like just little, like, I don't know there was just no substance to how I was like talking about what these did and how they made me feel. So if you follow me, you might have noticed I like tell a story. Like I don't just post my capsules to post my capsules. Like 5 mornings out of 7 throughout the week, I'm telling a story of like, I'm pulling from my pain points, telling a story about what those capsules have done for me, what they can do for the person like on the other side of that screen. So take those pain points that you have and find 1,000 different ways to tell that story. That's really the best like advice that I can give you. You just kind of have to dig deep into like, sure, you might have 4 pain points, but there's probably so many different stories within those pain points. Again, just more layers that you can tell, right? Like if you're in debt, there's a million different stories that you can tell about debt. Like, what are you in debt over? Is it like car payments? Okay, cool. So talk about, like car payments, how they're the second highest bill in the average household. Use that as an opportunity to talk about at the second rank here, like the company will take over your car payment, right? Or if it's like college, talk about how, if it's like college debt, talk about how, like society kind of like says like, you have to go to college. If you want to succeed, like you have to go to college, you have to put yourself in all this debt. You have to do this, you have to do that. Use it as an opportunity to talk about like, my network marketing business is going to pay off my college debt. It's going to pay me out more weekly than any job I could have gone to college for. Like, do you guys see how there's so many different stories that you can tell within those same 4 pain points? Yes, the more you tell it, the more you're going to realize, yes, I'm constantly, when I look at my pain points, I'm constantly having other things pop up in my mind that like I forgot happened, because some of them were so embarrassing and like traumatizing that I pushed them so far back in my brain. But like the more that I look at them, I'm like remembering these things that we went through. And I have another story to tell.
Mhm.
So
I love that. And the pain points you guys are gonna like, they're new for all of us. So they're probably new for you too. So you're going to feel like you're on repeat, but remember you guys that people are just starting to listen, right? People are just starting to listen. So don't be afraid to share the same things. Like I was just telling Rochelle, and then I'll shut up and end it. I was telling Rochelle, I've had a lot of customers within the last like couple weeks, customers that haven't ordered from me in 2 years. One was 2 years, one was a little like a year and a half. You guys, they ordered one time, said it, didn't work or whatever they said. And guess what? They came back and was like, okay, I see that these products obviously do work. I didn't give them enough time. Right. And guess what I'm posting? Some of my before and afters that I post are the same before and afters that I posted, are the same before and afters that I posted, and are the same before and afters that I posted. Right. But then it finally clicked for them and they're like, okay, you know what? I need to come back. So it's the same thing, even with like those types of things. Like sometimes like I haven't lost any more weight in the last 2 years. I've kept it off in these last 2 years. And guess what? That has showed them that these products really do work. I'm not on some roller coaster diet thing, or this isn't some fab. It is something that truly works. So keep posting, right? Keep posting.
And the right people are going to continue to watch your stuff, whether you think it's repetitive or not. Right. Like, sure, some people might find that it's repetitive and annoying and they might unfollow you. It happens to me all the time. I don't care. They're not my people. They weren't meant to be on this journey with me. But the right people are going, like, I'm going to catch their attention and they're going to keep watching. That's why over half my team watched me for like, gosh, I've been here nearly 3 years, and some of them have watched me the entire time and they're just now joining. They read every single thing that I put out. They never got sick of it. If anything, it inspired them to take inspired action. The TikTok thing, when you create it on TikTok and you remove the watermark and you bring it over to Instagram, you are the original creator for that audio. So what I'm finding is that it's pushing my stuff out a lot more than it is when I just like create it on Instagram. Yes, Ashley, yes, take it away, girl.
Okay, so I wanted to kind of mention, because I know there was a lot of repetitiveness, and something that Linz has said multiple times that I keep in the back of my mind. You have to think they're not always watching what you're posting every single day. They're not always reading your posts. They're not always watching your stories. Even though they're watching, I'm one of those people where I have my volume off. So I'm not listening to anything anybody's saying in their stories, but there might be that one day where I put that volume on and I'm like, oh crap, this is what they've been saying like this whole time. What? So you have to think that not everybody is going to see every single post. Not everybody is going to watch your live videos or watch your stories every single day. So repeating it every day is not going to stop people from listening. If anything, you're planting that seed and you're watering it. So this way you can harvest it later. So I wanted to kind of put that out there. And yes, that is the importance of captions. I'm one of those people that if you don't have your captions, I'm just like, oh, okay. But keep that in mind when you feel like you are being repetitive. They're not always watching and listening like you think they are.
Yeah, that's so perfect, you guys. I love that, Ashley. Thank you for sharing that. So I'm good. Rochelle, are you good? All right, you guys. Yes, we will end it on that because Ashley, I think that is so important. You guys, people are not stalking you every day the way that you probably think they are. So get out of your head with that. Just keep sharing. All right. We will see you guys all next week. I'll get this recording up as soon as it does. My computer gets a little slow, so I'll get it up for your guys' teams, and then I'll post it in the chat and it'll go on my YouTube channel. So I will talk to you guys and we will see you. Thanks for joining Rochelle and I. We'll see you next week. Bye.